Hi, this is Divya Pandit, your tarot card reader, spiritual healer, and life coach. So, here I come with a very beautiful motivational video, which I feel my White Light tribe had requested in the comments. I had read it a long time back, but I did not get time to make it. And I was also wanting to make this video. Why? I'll tell you. The reason because when I go through something in my life, I want to put it out there so that anybody who needs that kind of help should get that help, right? So this video is for cutting the patterns in your life. We all have gone through a lot of toxicity, be it men, be it women. See, I reach out more to women because I feel for the cause. I feel and I believe in women empowerment. Recently on my live, somebody said, "What is Divya Pandit all about?" I said, Divya Pandit is all about being a simple human being, giving out simple remedies, doing work in a simple way, and truly, truly believe in women empowerment. So, here, this video here today is for my divine masculine, all of y'all of White Light Tribe, and divine feminine of White Light Tribe. It is for everyone because we are going through, or we have gone through, all of us, in a pattern, in a lot of toxicity in the past. Many of us, I will say most of us, have seen a lot of toxic relationships, haven't we? And we don't know how to come out of that pattern. I myself was in a very toxic marriage once upon a time, and I used to wonder why it took me 20 years to step out. I was thinking and I was making notes. And I realized a lot of things which I want to share with you. We have gone through a lot of toxicity, toxic patterns. Now, these toxic patterns could be with anybody. Not necessary it is to do with your marriage or with your boyfriend or your love relationships. Not necessary. This could be with anybody. It took me 20 years to take a divorce, I'll tell you. I have taken a divorce 10 years back. And it took me almost 20 years of marriage to rethink my life. Reason is I had a lot of inner child issues. Toxicity was carried and abuse was carried in my life since my childhood. When you sit down and you chalk down points and you rethink your life, you realize the mistakes you have done and you realize the steps you have taken in your life. The steps that we take and don't take are all related to our childhood experiences. I think I made a video also on this before, also on trust issues, where I've explained that why we tend to not trust people. How all our actions, reactions are connected to what we have experienced in the past, right? So when you are in a toxic relationship, not just with your love relationship, it could be your boss, it could be your father, it could be your mother, sister, brother, friends, anywhere. We go into patterns, into circles in a lot of relationships around any area of our life. Even when we are doing our career, okay, you will see there's a pattern you follow in your career. I used to follow, see, I am very open about my life. I don't ever hide anything that I do or anything that I am. Even with my students, when I am taking a workshop or I'm teaching them a course, I am very open about what I went through in my life. I am not ashamed of anything. Nothing I am ashamed of in my life. So you have to understand, first of all, the first step in your life is when we are going in a pattern in our workspace also, continuously. Success is not happening, or maybe success is happening, we are falling down. Every area we are going through a pattern, right? Work, relationship, every area continuously, and we don't understand what is happening. I am doing everything right. What the hell is happening? Isn't it? I also understood a lot when I kept doing the same pattern again and again. My pattern started with my mother. Not that she was a bad person, she was a good person, but she had her own circumstances, right? I understood why I go into a very weird pattern with women. And initially, I did not understand. Later on, I have realized that there was a problem somewhere. Not that my mother was bad, but my mother used to go in a similar pattern like me. And when you recognize this is your first step of recognizing your pattern. Are you following the same pattern as your parents? Are you following the same pattern what you went with your parents? This is something you need to recognize. That is your first step of recognizing your pattern, because what happens is, especially if you are in marriage, or especially if you are in in a relationship with someone, you tend to go so bad into that toxicity of uh, getting into a weird relationship pattern that you tend to lose yourself. I was a person who had no self-esteem, no self-worth, no power in my life for the time I was married. When I started working on myself, I stood up in my power. I released my fear. That is when I took a step in my life. I wouldn't be here making videos for you all, making content for you all, if I had not come out of that pattern. Being in a relationship, giving up your power, losing everything you have. I found myself at the age of 40, because that is a time I recognized myself. To keep a relationship, be it your boss, be it your friend, be it your husband, be it your boyfriend, be it your parents, what we do is we give in all our power to them. Right? We let them rule us. We do things according to their happiness. And that is where we go wrong. Because we think that if we do otherwise, this relationship will not last. We will spoil what is going on peacefully. And then we keep going down and down and down and down. Eventually, we reach a stage where we are depressed, we are frustrated, we are irritated with other people's success. I know so many women in my family who are so powerless. When they saw me coming out of that victim space and coming into my power, they got so angry that they couldn't do what I'm doing. So they lashed out with me with a lot of name calling, things like that. But eventually, people do realize what they're doing. And today, the same people are good to me. Same people are good to me. Because they realize that they needed to do the same thing. They need to stand up and come into their power. Don't they? Right? Do not lose yourself. Okay, so why do we keep a relationship which is toxic and then we go into the same pattern? I've gone, suppose give an example, I've had an affair with someone and it was toxic. So I've left that, I've come into another relationship, but that is also toxic. What is the problem? Why this pattern? Recognize your pattern. The first step is to recognize your pattern. Why are you going through this pattern? Is it your inner child problem? Is it your parents? Okay. Some people even go, I'll tell you something, it's very strange. Some people also go into this pattern because of ego. How can that person lose me? How can that person lose me? Ego is a very, very strong inner child issue. Right? Self-worth. You need to work on yourself. 90%. Now the second point is 90% of the time that we don't come out of this pattern is because of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting new in life, fear of, what will happen if it's a marriage, what my kids will do, finances, stability, and so on. So, what we need to do, we need to work on our finances, we need to work on our stability. Dependency is a problem since childhood because we were brought up in a dependent way. Third point is fear. Just fear. The fear could be just a fear. Fear of being alone or insecurity, I might not find someone else. So on. You need to go inside and ask yourself, why am I still in this relationship? Why am I attracting the same pattern? Because, write down, why am I attracting the same pattern? Why do I attract the same kind of relationship? You will know the answer. You will 100% know the answer yourself because everybody does. And you have to work on it. See, simply by knowing it will not do any good. You have to work on it. Right? Now, there are many people, fourth point is, there are many people who feel guilty. Oh God, if I go, what will happen? The blame will come on me. Or I'm feeling bad for my partner. Due to that also we continue our toxicity. Many people stay out of guilt and keep repeating the same pattern in their life. Right? We need to release this. If you are not able to release it, otherwise, just work on yourself. Work on your issues. Recognize your issues. Whether it's fear, it's insecurity, it's guilt, just work. Go to a healer, take help, do anything, work on yourself. But the main issue I feel is fear. Fear and ego can make you repeat your patterns. I know so many people who call me, they say, last relationship was like this relationship is also like this. Reason? Have you asked yourself why? Why? Everybody knows the answer. My childhood was in a victim zone, so I like to be a victim because that is my comfort space. I become comfortable in being a victim because that is what I'm used to. But being in my power, I am not used to it. That will take a lot of work. Right? Yes, you need to work on yourself. So I have created this ritual, a candle ritual, okay? And I will want you all, whoever is going into a pattern in your life, who feels that they are not able to cut this pattern and it's become very difficult for them to work on themselves. See, it's easier said than done. Today I'm asking you to work on yourself, work on your inner child, come out of your victim zone, step out of the pattern, release your fear, work on yourself further than ego. It is said, but then how many are actually able to do it? To make yourself more receptive, okay? And go in a very slow pace so that you walk towards your personal power and positivity and recognize your patterns. Like I said, I had a pattern with women because of my mother. Because my mother had a pattern with women. She had many sisters and she used to walk in the same pattern with them. So I have recognized that I also walk in the same pattern. When I have recognized that, I have changed the energy. Okay? You also need to change the energy. To change the energy, to become more receptive, to walk towards that. It's a very simple candle ritual to remove all kind of blocks. All kind of blocks. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to take 2 pieces of paper. 2 full-scape papers, 2 printer papers, any 2 papers you will take. First, you're going to write down on 1 paper, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to write down what you need to release from your life. I need to release the fear of relationships, or maybe I need to release my childhood issues or whatever. Like I said, ego, fear, guilt, anything would be the reason. Okay, I need to release my pattern that I'm going through in my relationships. Even if you write so much is enough. The other paper is going to be what you want. I want a better relationship. I want to come out of this pattern in my life. I do not wish to repeat this pattern in my life. I do not wish to repeat will be in the releasing paper, and one will be what you want. What you want in a relationship, what you want in your life, basically what you want. Okay, that you're going to write. Okay, now you're going to light 3 candles. We are going to evoke here 3 angels. One is Sandalphon, who is responsible for your inner child healing. One is Archangel Michael, who is responsible for releasing your fear. And one is Archangel Uriel, who is responsible for healing your emotions. All the bad negative emotions that you've been going through, Archangel Uriel is going to do your healing. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take a green, blue and pink. Okay, if you don't find pink, white will also do. If you don't find any of the colors, just evoke 3 white candles. Ideally it is green for Sandalphon, blue for Archangel Michael and pink or white for Uriel. Okay, what you're going to do is, if you don't find colored candles, 3 white candles will do. White candles work for everything. Okay, you're going to hold on to each candle and put in the energy of that angel. Put a strong intention that Archangel Sandalphon, please come into this candle as a healing energy for me. Okay, same you're going to do with Michael and same you're going to do with Uriel. Or you could do, the other option is you could download their pictures and keep it in your altar. Just print it out and keep it in the altar. Put these 3 candles in front of them. Okay, now the crystals that have to be kept, one is Amazonite. Okay, one is lapis lazuli, which is a blue color crystal, and one is citrine. Amazonite, lapis lazuli and citrine. You will keep 3 crystals, 3 candles, 3 crystals. Okay, this ritual has to be done on a full moon day because we are releasing, right? Now the oil blends to anoint the candles. I will be putting everything in the description also. Oil blends are eucalyptus, ginger and cinnamon. Eucalyptus, ginger and cinnamon. 3 oils. Suppose you don't find cinnamon oil and ginger oil, just use the powder. Mix it in eucalyptus. Okay, then you will anoint it. When you're anointing it, I think I have made a video on cinnamon and garlic. I've showed you all how to anoint the candle. Outward, the wick should be outward because you're releasing. Okay, you're going to anoint the candles. Now you will take a glass bottle. Okay, in that you're going to put cinnamon, lavender, sage, sandalwood powder. Okay, a small hematite crystal. Okay, and you're going to write a small paper. This small square paper you're going to take and you're going to write your intention as to what I want to release all my patterns, or I am releasing, put it in the future. I am releasing all my negative patterns with the help of, write the name of all the 3 angels. Okay, and some other intention that you need to put for yourself in a very positive way. You're going to roll it like a petition, like we roll the paper. You're going to roll it. You're going to put it in that jar with the herbs and the hematite crystal. You can make a small jar. Okay, and you're going to close it. You're going to keep that also in your altar with the candles. Basically, hematite crystal helps you a lot of releasing any kind of patterns, inner child issues, any kind of emotional issue. Basically, you're going to keep that. Now you're going to light the candles. You're going to sit in front of those candles. You're going to imagine that all the pattern, all the negative patterns that you have been going through, be it in your work, be it in your relationship, anywhere. You could even do this for your health. We do go into patterns with our health also. Okay, you can just imagine that, like you should use your visualization. Just use your visualization and imagine as if that pattern, give it a color, shape and form. Use it, use a picture in your mind, like as if there are cords connected to you, which are like your patterns in life, and you're cutting them off. You're letting them go until the whole candle comes down. You're going to wait there. Okay, imagine, meditate, put an intention. Try using smaller candles. You can even use tea lights. Okay, you can use tea lights. Use smaller candles so that they burn down sooner. Okay, after this is done, what you're going to do is the residue of the candles, you're going to throw it away. What I will prefer is go to the crossroad, take the residue and throw it. I don't need the pattern anymore. Okay, and then the crystals that are remaining, the jar will be your personal property. Nobody is allowed to touch. You will keep it with you in your cupboard or somewhere safe. Nobody will touch. The crystals will be in your wallet or in your purse or in your cupboard. Every day, once a day, you're going to hold the jar in your hand and imagine that all your negative patterns are over in your life. Okay? Now this you need to do at least 3 full moons. How many? 3 full moons. And then you see the change in your life. I have used it myself and I have stepped out of a negative pattern which I went through again and again in my life. Okay, I hope this video reaches out to as many people as can. I feel you all should share this video so that there are so many people suffering, so many people wanting to come out of their negative patterns and they need help. And I'm always there to help. So please share with as many people as you can so that as many people can benefit. Okay, and that's all for today. Please put your feedback in the comment. I do read. I always read your comments. Sometimes I'm busy, but later on I come back and I read. So do put it and let me know what more you want me to make. And subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share it with family and friends. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And call me for paid appointments. Email me for paid appointments. That's all for today. Goodbye. God bless. Bye-bye.